Did you know certain countries are eligible for faster processing times of study permits? We'll let you know which countries are eligible and share the launch of new express entry categories. We have a lot more to cover in this week's episode. Welcome. You're watching My Consultant. In this week's episode, we're covering the latest BC immigration draw. Next, a new IRCC survey for certain employers, followed by truck driver training for newly arrived immigrants. Stay with us as Tina elaborates on the first ever express entry draw for healthcare workers, and I will share what countries are eligible for a faster processing time of study permits and how to apply. This week's episode of My Consultant is brought to you by Scotiabank.
British Columbia has recently issued 137 Canada immigration invitations. British Columbia Provincial Nominee Program, that is BCPNP, conducted its new skills immigration draw for skilled workers and international graduates. The latest BCPNP draw was held on July 5, 2023 and issued 137 invitations to apply, with minimum score required between 60 and 90. The draw was targeted at specific occupations such as healthcare, tech, and early childhood educators.
Employers that have used the International Mobility Program, abbreviated as IMP, the IRCC has a new survey just for you. Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada, the IRCC, wants to know the views and experiences of employers who use the IMP to hire temporary foreign workers that are exempt from the Labour Market Impact Assessment to work in Canada. The purpose of this voluntary and confidential survey is to help the department understand what is working well and where they need improvements in order to provide adequate programs and services. Participant answers will not affect any past, current, or future applications with the IRCC. The survey is available in French and English and will be administered online until July 24th, 2023. The survey will be sent to a sample of employers that supported a work permit application under the IMP, approved between January 1st, 2018 to December 31st, 2022. Participants will receive an email invitation to take the survey along with instructions. It should take about 20 to 25 minutes to complete.
Ontario is providing free training for truck drivers and up to $4,500 in reimbursement. If you are someone who loves to drive and are looking for a new job, there is a good news for you. The Ontario government has recently announced a new investment that will provide free training to truck drivers across the province to fill more than 6,000 job vacancies in trucking industry. The Ontario government is investing up to $1.3 million to support newly arrived immigrants, women, and others from the underrepresented groups with finding jobs in the trucking industry. The government also plans on reimbursing participants with up to $4,500 for childcare and other living expenses. For more information, please visit ontario.ca.
Depending on where you live, you may be able to get your student permit faster through the SDS, Student Direct Stream. Applicants from Antigua and Bermuda, Brazil, China, Colombia, Costa Rica, India, Morocco, Pakistan, Peru, Philippines, Senegal, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Trinidad and Tobago, Vietnam are eligible for a faster processing time if they have an acceptance letter from a post-secondary learning institution, live outside of Canada when applying, have paid their tuition fees for the first year, and have a guaranteed investment certificate of $10,000 Canadian. Before applying, certain applicants will need to provide a medical exam and/or a police certificate. Applicants will be asked to provide their most recent secondary or post-secondary transcripts, as well as provide successful language test results. You can apply online to get faster processing of your study permit, as there is no paper application for the student direct stream. In most cases, you will need to submit your biometrics, such as fingerprints and photos. Be sure to pay your biometrics fee when you submit your application online to avoid delays. The IRCC aims to process most SDS applications within 20 calendar days. If your application does not meet eligibility for the SDS, it will be reviewed as a regular study permit, and you will not receive faster processing if this happens. Now, if your application is approved, you will be sent a Port of Entry Letter of Introduction. Show this letter to an officer when you arrive in Canada. You will also be sent an Electronic Travel Authorization, ETA, or a Visitor Temporary Resident Visa, depending on which you need to enter Canada. A study permit is not a visa and does not by itself allow you to travel or enter Canada. When you arrive at a port of entry, an officer will make sure you meet all the requirements to enter Canada. If all is well, the officer will print and hand you your study permit. Your study permit is normally valid to the end of your school program.
Canada has recently announced the launch of category-based draws for express entry, which has brought a big change. In this segment, I will tell you what these changes will mean for you when applying for express entry. Category-based express entry draws are introduced so that Canada can invite candidates with specific skills, training, or language abilities, which will also help Canada meet its specific economic goals. This will also better allow for the selection of candidates with most in-demand skills to be chosen for permanent residency. Each year, Canada will select specific categories to be used for category-based express entry draws. For 2023, there are total 6 categories that have been selected for the category-based express entry draws. French language proficiency, healthcare occupations, STEM, that is science, technology, engineering and mathematics occupations, trade occupations, transport occupations, agriculture and agri-food occupations. On July 7, 2023, Canada held its first ever French category-based express entry draw, inviting 2,300 candidates with strong French language abilities. Candidates required a minimum comprehensive ranking system, that is CRS score of 439. On July 6th, 1,500 candidates were invited with work experience in healthcare profession. This draw was held following an announcement of first ever express entry invitations for 500 healthcare professionals on June 27th. On July 5th, Canada held its first ever category-based draw for candidates with work experience in STEM profession. Total 500 candidates were invited with minimum CRS score of 486. With the introduction of category-based selections, Canada's express entry system is expected to bring immense opportunities for skilled immigrants in various sectors. That's all for today. Thank you so much for joining us this week. If you are looking for more information and updates about Canada immigration, then please subscribe to our My Consultant YouTube channel. You can also visit our website myconsultant.ca, where you can find an authorized immigration and citizenship consultant. I am Tina Batra.
And I'm Tashina Thompson, and we'll see you next week.